That says live. Cool. That should be good to go. And yep, so live for 8 seconds. Stream says okay. So I've got OBS that screen, YouTube that screen, and it's just trying to make sure everything's okay. So welcome to the grand reveal. Excessive hand gestures aside, this is a bit different because obviously I don't live stream very often. I've not live streamed for quite a long time, so I thought it'd be something a bit different to show off a couple of, I wouldn't say important, but different orders to what I'd normally have. Oh, and look, Mr. Holland himself has joined the stream. I wonder why. You might know why. But yeah, so first off, originally it was going to be all about BrickiZiMo, but why talk about a Brickmania item when I've also got LifeLites? So the LifeLites order was placed before the BrickiZiMo one. It's a really... I'm going to keep saying BrickiZiMo, I'm probably going to announce it wrong. So I've ordered there's a subtly trained kit in here. So yeah, that's everything. So we have a motor mount, battery, USB. Ooh, fancy that. Smaller than I thought it was. But yeah, so if you're doing small form factor trains or trains where you don't exactly have a lot of space, you kind of have two options. You either have circuit cubes, which seem to have become kind of the de facto thing, or you can pick up a subtly trained kit, which is what this is. So this is everything. It is literally this small, and this contains a battery, a really small motor, and you also have the receiver as well. This actually connects using IR. So if you have an IR controller for your old style power functions, which is several years old by now, works exactly the same way. So you can set the controller on here. There's some way of doing it. Need to read the manual. So yeah, so this is effectively is a motor, battery and controller all in one as a kit. It does recharge using USB as well. Always good, because it saves you having to carry around a load of AAs or everything else like that. And if you're going to charge your phone, you can charge up a subtly trained or a circuit cubes kit, which is great if you're on the road. Means one less charger or set of batteries you have to carry. It just literally carry around as another set of cables or something. But it wouldn't be worthwhile just ordering one of these. So there's a few other bits in here as well. We have a lighting kit. Now I can't remember. I ordered quite a few little bits and pieces. So we have an this is, I bought this as a lighting kit. So it's effectively loads of little bits. So we have a little controller box, which is this little thing here. We also have a couple of lights which fit in the plugs here. So there's actually a little set of 4 little sockets here, which connects in. And then also the batteries and a Lego 2x4 plate. Yep, 2x4 plate. So this is really for experimentation. I'm hoping to use this to light up one of my many Brick Model Railroader cabooses, because Brick Model Railroader did used to produce a cell, sort of like a circuit board with a cell battery holder and a switch, and that fed the marker lights on the sides and a little desk light. Oh, and Luke's joined. Oh yes, Subtly Trained does support directional lighting. I forgot about that. It's not really something you see very often. At least I've not really seen much in the way of Subtly Trained kits with it in. So yeah, so battery kit for hopefully a caboose and some lighting for test. There we go, and there's the instruction, the LED kit for it. And we have just a couple more items in here. Studley Trained Neodymium couplers. I've kind of wanted to have a toy with these. These have been used in the Brickmania Mohawk. for the loco tender connection, or the engine tender connection I should say. Now these are more powerful than the Lego ones, and the reason I wanted something like this is that going for this saves knuckle couplers, and I kind of want to move away from using Technic beams as a form of connection, because it's a bit fiddly to do, and having something a bit stronger like these Neodymium connections are quite a good thing for that. And then lastly, but by no means leastly, 300 1x1 Aftermarket tiles in dark brown, I think the colour is, which is a nice, real, sleepery sort of colour. Having volunteered on the Mount Sorrel Railway, which is, for those of you who are looking a bit confused and looking for an atlas, the Mount Sorrel branch is part, or an offshoot, of the Great Central Railway, which runs in Nottinghamshire. So I used to volunteer there, and so these are a really good sleeper colour. Lego don't actually make 1x1s in dark brown, so this is actually a unique colour in terms of aftermarket parts. So the price is very comparable if you're going to buy a bulk load of the real things. They look reasonably okay in terms of fit and finish. I've obviously not used them, but they look good. There's no excess flash or excess moulding, which can happen with aftermarket parts. They have a similar moulding mark on the side from where they've been ejected, which is always a good thing. They look good. I'll be giving those a review a little later. But that's not what you're here to see. And that's the size of the box. So everything was crammed in this little box. So we'll move that to one side and move to the big box. Now, I'm not sure how this is packed. I'm going to carefully cut the tape using my knife blade. The knife handle snapped a while ago, so I've been meaning to rehouse it, but for now, try and not handle it carefully, it should be okay. I'll put that back in there. So apparently there's a little rip tab here, so I should be able to rip this open like that, with a bit of cardboard on to the one side. Let's have a look. See, so cover. Peanuts. One invoice. Welcome at BrickiZiMo. Thank you for your order and drive. BrickiZiMo. A pleasure as always. Exchanging my many monies for some good Lego. So this is how it's been packed. So it's, as you can see, well packed. Lots of polystyrene peanuts and air pockets. But you're not here to see that. If you were here to see packing materials, you'd go somewhere else. But underneath all the packing material, oh, and there's more polystyrene peanuts underneath, is something that at the time I missed out on from Brickmania, and it is Glen Holland's Usra 40-foot rebuilt steel boxcar. So this was offered as part of the Brickmania Railroad range. So Brickmania Railroad originally was offered 2019, I want to say, and they had a flat car with an M4A1 Sherman. Oh, Mac Bricks is right. Hello. So they started off with the USATC flat car, which is the modified version of the Brickmania 50-foot flat car. And then in 2020, I hope I get this right, it got joined by the 40-foot box car, which is this one. there was a re-release of the US-ATC flat car. There was the M4 E8 Sherman, so the load got updated and moved further on in the war in terms of transportation. You had the New York Central caboose, which was a KL Leap Heart design, which I doubt I'm actually going to be able to get any copies of because Brickmania are sold out. BrickiZiMo don't seem to have a copy. And then there was also the NYC Mohawk. So effectively, you had the Mohawk, the caboose, as a complete set, if you like. So you had the loco and caboose, which were all match, and then obviously you've got your box car, and then you've also got the flat car with the tank load. So effectively, you have kind of like a World War II themed train, so everything would match. For the box car, this is. I was kind of tempted to get both this and the flat car at the same time, and the reason being is that the block junction USATC, the S100, which others might know as the USA 060 tank engine, which is designed for shunting and branch lining sort of work over in Europe. I'm building one of those in the USATC scheme, so I might get a bit of stick off wheel for this, but I'm going to turn it round so it's a bit different, so you can't actually see the front because the front's fully underdeveloped. But this is the rear of the USATC. I'm going to try and angle this so the camera can't see. So this has been a heavily modified version of the block junction instructions. So the cab windows are different. Unlike the Southern Railway version, you didn't have the expanded hopper. So literally it was just flush at the back here. There is subtle angling to it. When the tongue actually works, but you can't actually represent that reasonably easily in Lego because the fractions are just way too small. So that, if you like, is the best I can do in terms of the small space. You know, obviously, if I was doing injection molded trains or something like that, it could be a lot better. But unfortunately, that's all I've got to go off, to be honest. So that's the back. I still need to do the front of the cab and the rest of it. Most of the part, I've got pretty much all the parts. It's just as per most of my projects I'm dealing with. At any one time, it's time. Hey, pun. Hashtag puns. So yeah, this is the Brickmania kit. I suppose while I'm doing the live stream, it wouldn't be. It would be a bit rude not to actually open it. So. As a Brickmania kit, it's actually wrapped in cellophane. I think my Mark V Heavy was the same way. Came with a box. Simpler than this is actually the white box. Back before they just updated them. So originally, and it was kind of how Brickmania does theirs. It's a white box and then there's a sticker which sort of has the contents and how it's done outside. So this is a Brickmania Kit 6005 31 for those who correlate numbers. There you go. So this is for those in Brickmania wondering where the kit is. Here it is. It's good in jolly old England. And it actually comes out, I think, he says, oh I see, nice security tag here, not returnable if seal is broken. Well, considering it was in cellophane, it'd be a bit hard. So yeah, you have a nice cardboard sleeve. So there's the front. There's the top. There's obviously no sides because it's not there. There's the underside. So he has a bit of warning. Quality guarantee, for ages 14 plus, choking hazard, and the lawyers. bit, and the lawyers go. And then obviously you have the rear, which is kind of similar to the front in terms of its the side view. It's actually in the very nice black and white. Works quite well, I think. And the kit itself is your standard Brickmania box. It doesn't actually tell you what the box actually is. So literally, aside from the outer carton, you can't actually tell the contents. And there you go. And as you open the box, you get a winners aren't born, they're built. Thank you for supporting Brickmania with Daniel Siscan, Commander-in-Chief, and a signature. And inside is all the parts, and I'm not going to show them off. I don't think Brickmania would be too happy with me doing that. But I will show you. I'll make sure that falls back. You have the instructions, nice printed instructions, and as per usual, the usual Brickmania high quality. And if I remember correctly, Brickmania actually do their own printing in house now. And I can say without a doubt, these are some very nice high quality instructions. Very well done, on par with how you'd find Brickmania instructions or Brick Train Depot instructions. They're very well done, very well detailed, good parts call outs, and unlike the Lego themselves, who go for a dark colour, the instructions are actually printed on a nice white colour sort of background. So this is how the instructions are. So this is the end, if you like. So this is actually the decal diagram. So I'm not actually. You can actually see pretty much the same thing if you look at the official images or watch the videos. But this is how it looks. So it's nice, clear, crisp printing. It actually gives you a good view. It's high quality. The paper itself feels nice and sturdy. It's staple bound, as you'd expect, and it's got a nice thick. And towards the end, you've got some of the promotional artwork. So it's quite good. And the decals have fallen out again. So I'll just have to put these back in. So yeah, so that is the Usra boxcar. So I'm not sure when I'll get around to building it. As always, time is the pressing issue. I've got a couple of high priority projects. So that is pretty much it in terms of the live stream. If I get this the right way around, so that goes that way. Yep, that goes that way. There we go. So put this back in. Hopefully this should line back up. There we go. Just like that. And now it's back in its box. Hey. So yeah, that's it. If you've got any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Other than that, I think that's going to be pretty much it, because I've got stuff to deal with tonight. And it's almost 7:30 UK time, so I know it's a bit early for the Americans and about normal for the Brits. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. At some point I'll have to clear the workbench. The workbench is a little occupied at the moment, partly because I'm having to tidy up, partly because I'm having to clear out. Yeah, so that's it. So I'll quick check the chat. There's been nothing new. So yeah, if you do have any questions, put them in the comments. I'll finish the live stream here, and then if there's anything, I'll see if I can come back and see to it. So that's it from me for now. Oh, is there a parts list? I've not seen one. I don't think there is, and the reason for that is that you actually get everything with the kit. So from that perspective, no, there isn't a parts list, but, and I have a but here, if you're like me, you will actually build the model from the instructions as the instructions go. So I can build that one, and then if I want to build more, I'll just follow the instructions and then get to about step 5 and then go, I'm out of this part. Thankfully, I think a lot of the parts will probably be reasonably common. But as always, when I start projects, I like to start, then suddenly realise I'm missing about half of them for about step 10 or something. Get through step 10, go about another 3 steps, and then realise, I'm out of this part as well. And I've actually ran out of 1x6 reddish brown plates, which I've restocked. I ran out of 2x almost. Well, I was running low on 2x4 black plates as well. I stocked them up recently, but it's probably going to be a case of build and see. The kit as a kit itself, it is complete. So as with any kit you get from Brickmania, and I will say this because this won't be my first kit. This will actually be my second. When you get a kit from Brickmania, everything you need is in the box. And as previous watchers will know, as the decals fell out, the decals are actually included. So literally, when you buy this kit, this model on the front is what you build. You don't get, unlike a brick model railroad premium instruction kit or a brick train depot kit, you get the instructions. You normally get a parts list, and then with brick model railroad, at least you get like the core parts that aren't standard Lego, so like the brick arms, the wheel sets, and sometimes a few of the little bits and pieces, and printed tiles, I think, as well, for something like the Gunderson. Not quite sure, don't hold me to it, I don't build that era. But effectively, with Brickmania kits, unlike say premium instruction kits like you'd get from Brick Model Railroad, you don't actually get a parts because all the parts are in the kit. Why would they give you a parts list when all the parts are in the box? It's that sort of thing. So on that question, I'd probably say you can probably work out the parts you need from the instructions. I would imagine that the filler that's in there, you can actually just swap out with anything. I know there's been quite a lot of kits when you buy them from the aftermarket, they either use a blue or a red, sometimes an orange. So obviously, when it's that, you can say it's a reasonably easy thing. And to be honest with you, I would fully expect Brickmania to expect you to buy the kit for the instructions, build the model in the kit, which is the ATSF example, and then go and use the instructions to buy the parts to then build your own. Because, hey, at the end of the day, it's a USRA rebuilt steel boxcar. They're fairly standard. It's not like you're building a B&O wagon top boxcar that was only built by the B&O. Because obviously there's not a lot of variety you can do with that. And it would not surprise me, they haven't done it this year, which I'm a little surprised about, but it would not surprise me if Brickmania came out with pretty much the same instruction set as a different model, because at the end of the day most of the parts are staying the same. The only bit that is changing is actually the decals, because pretty much when they did rebuilds, a lot of them were rebuilt along the same lines, and very little actually changed between the model, because a lot of it was just maybe the occasional part swap, maybe a bit of updates. So yeah, that's it I think from me. I'll call it quits there because it's been about 25 minutes. If you do have any questions, put them in the comments. And once I'm end of the stream, I'll come back in a couple of hours. If there is anything, I can then reply to it. But that's it from me, and I'm looking forward to this. I think Glenn's done a wonderful job on it. I can't wait to see what tips and what little sneaky things he's done in it. But that's it from me. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Hey.